Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Easter Thursday footy. We're at the Gabba tonight in wet conditions, it's fair to say, for Brisbane and Collingwood. Really looking forward to this clash. There's the Lions team. According to squiggle.com.au, they've won 1 and lost 2 and are coming into this game off a loss against the Crows last week. As for Collingwood, well, they've got 2 wins and 1 loss, including a win last week against the Hawks. They've got some good names in that team. If you want to see some scores, some simulated scores, head on over to squiggle.com.au. But here come Collingwood out to the Gabba. Let's do this, Pies. Show this team we own tonight. They're a good outfit, the Pies. Preliminary final last year, grand final the year before that, and you can just sense that a premiership is not too far away with the team they have. There's Taylor Adams on your screen with the long sleeves, Chris Mayne. Gee, it's going to be a good clash tonight. Collingwood, they come here in some good form, and Brisbane, well, they were the talk of the town last year. How good were they? The most improved side last year for sure, and they'll be looking to win in front of their home crowd tonight here at the Gabba. They played so well here last year. Hardly lost. I think they only lost 1 for the whole entire year at the Gabba, or in fact 2 I should say. Of course that, or actually 3 including those couple of finals. And one of those was to Collingwood. So Dane Zorko into the middle. Scott Pendlebury as well, with of course Ray Chamberlain, the umpire tonight. Also joining him is Simon Meredith and also, forgot his name, the umpire. Anyway, we're about to get going for what is going to be a big game tonight. To start round 4, sit back, relax and enjoy. It's Brisbane and Collingwood from the Gabba, and we're underway. Grundy and Martin. Martin won a rare tap against Grundy as Brisbane get the clearance, and taking the mark inside 50 is Cam Rayner. He's a good player, isn't he, Cam Rayner? And he's lining from about outside 50, kicks from about 45 metres, but it's a behind. So a minor score to start things here at the Gabba in what is wet conditions as Roughhead plays on. Kicks it out to the wing. But that's a good mark by Jared Lyons. Out on the half-forward flank. Now he plays on. He had no one on the man of the mark, and that's a good bit of play by the Lions. And McCarthy takes the mark inside 50. So a second chance for the Lions. And he's missed it. So 2 behinds for the Lions within a minute. Or less than a minute, I should say. McCarthy missing that one. So Roughhead again with the kick out. He's got 2 Collingwood players by themselves. Howe takes the mark. Up the line. That's a good mark by Chris Mayne. Of course, came over from the Dockers a few years ago. He's now a true Pie. No one could take the mark. Treloar coughed it up. Well, in fact, it was DeGoey who coughed it up, and Grant Birchall was locked up. So we're going to have a ball up. Looks like Mychek's in the ruck there as Taylor Adams gets tackled down. The umpire says no prior. Again, another ball up as the Lions come out with it here, and they try to move at his Lions, but he's been wrapped up. So another ball up. Collingwood yet to get it inside 50. McCluggage kicking it into the centre. Collingwood have the numbers. No one could quite mark it. Dropping it there was Phillips. Now Collingwood get a kick away to a pack. And it's now at ground level. Grant Birchall with the high tackle. And maybe a chance here for Collingwood. Small kick inside 50. Here's a go. It's a good-looking kick by Hoskin Elliott. He's the talk of the town on the Bev Show each Sunday night, and he's delivered. Hoskin Elliott with a beautiful kick. Snap around the body. And Collingwood get the first on Easter Thursday. So back in the middle, Grundy and Martin. Grundy won that one. Adams applying the tackle. Alex Wiverton came in, but he's given away a free. I think that might have been Penderbury going to the top of the 50. Side bottom takes the mark. He looks inside 50. He's got a player all by himself in Tom Phillips, and that was an easy chest mark by Tom Phillips. So kicking from about 40 metres out. It's a good-looking kick. Collingwood have the first two. 2 straight to 2 behinds. 2 minutes played. Just drilled it home, didn't he, Tom Phillips? It was an easy mark. He was all by himself inside 50, and then it's turned into a goal. So Brisbane with a couple of early chances that they couldn't take them, and they're behind here by 10 points. Martin winning a tap. Adams tackled down. Now McCluggage has been taken high. In fact, it's Grundy who's been taken high by McCluggage, I should say. Now Crisp at half back. Drills it down the middle. Brisbane have the numbers here. Drop mark. Oh, really well done there. I'm not sure who that was, but Crisp has taken the defensive mark. Now he's gone out wide. Collingwood have the numbers. Here's Cameron. Kicks it to the pocket where he probably should be playing. Now Roughhead is forced out of play by the pressure. And so we're going to have a ball up deep inside 50 for the Lions. No one could contest the mark. I think that might have been Broomhead. Good to see him playing. Now the kick comes out for Varco. He marks. Now he kicks to space. No one home. But there's a Collingwood player here on the run. Takes a bounce. Looks towards goal. It was Hoskin Elliott again, but he's missed to the left. So Collingwood with the behind. Of course, they've got the first 2 goals of the game as the Lions tried to clear the footy here. Drop mark. Chance here for Wiverton, I think it was, moving the footy, but it's going to come straight back because Collingwood are moving it here. Kick over the top. Varco inside 50, beautifully done by the Pies. And he's marked it about 38 metres out, I'd say. He lines up. Kick's not going to be accurate enough. A chance here for the Lions to clear it. They do. Kick comes out to space. A chance here for possibly McCluggage on the wing. Now here's a go. Here's Berry it was. He's been tackled down and it's holding the ball. Good tackle there by the Pies. So good pressure. They're applying some really good pressure early here, the Pies. Here's Adam Treloar. Kick over the top. Here's Stevenson. He's been tackled down. And Adams has been locked up. And we're going to have a ball up. We see Adams coming off for Hoskin Elliott, who's already kicked a goal. As Myercheck gets tackled down by Berry. We're going to have a ball up once again. Myercheck was in the ruck there. Here's Varco. He's gotten a kick away somehow, and he's kicked it. Travis Varco. Somehow got a kick away before he was tackled down to the ground, and Collingwood with a fast start here. The first 3 goals of the match, the Lions yet to score a goal, but they did score the first 2 scores of the game. They were behinds, but Travis Varco, what a goal that was. Good to see him back in the side after a bit of an injury. Myercheck in the ruck, wins the tap. Loose footy. Now Neil's got it, but he's been wrapped up. In fact, he's been paid holding the ball, surprisingly. So Collingwood's getting a free here at the centre of the ground. Now that's a short kick over the top, but no mark taken for the Pies. Instead, Zorko takes the mark. Now he goes out to the wing. Good kick to Lester. Good to see him in the side. Now here's Ellis Christensen. It is actually. I thought it was Ellis Yeoman, but it's Christensen. And he goes over the top. McCarthy at the half-forward flank, looks inside 50, centering ball. Adam Treloar's taken the mark, and that's a good defensive mark by the midfielder. And he kicks it straight out. McStay with the footy, but he's through the ball. So a free kick to the Pies. So Collingwood with the first 3 goals of the game. Crisp's ball falls in the hands of Thomas in a pack. Now he looks into the centre of the ground. Myercheck taking the mark, looking for a bag from him tonight. Now he's got a player leading. It's Scott Penderbury. And Scott takes the mark, playing a bit up forward. It looks like Scott Penderbury in the early stages of this one. And he should make the journey. It's just about accuracy. Don't question that. He's kicked it. And Collingwood are racing away here. They've kicked the first 4 goals of the match. Well, they won't want to concede the next one, the Lions. They desperately need a goal, but Scotty Penderbury, as I said, playing a bit of forward by the looks of things. So it looks like McInerney and Myercheck. McInerney won the tap, then went and got his own footy, but Collingwood's going to get it back here, and they're surging inside 50. The handball couldn't quite get to Elliott. And then, oh my goodness, Jeremy Howe! No surprise there, he takes those kind of marks on a weekly basis. And he's done it early in the first. Now he goes out wide to Hoskin Elliott. Close to the interchange. He looks inboard, Hoskin Elliott. No one could quite take the mark. Leicester had the footy tackled down. We're going to have a ball up. Gee, what a mark that was. That was a superb mark as the ball spills to ground level. Here's Jamie Elliott. Kicks it inside 50. Now, dear oh dear, there's no one home but Varco. He's all alone. He doesn't go to pick it up. He instead kicks it off the ground and scores. And this is a big start from Collingwood. They've scored the first 5 goals. All on his own there, Varco. No one inside 50. It allowed him to run onto the footy with no pressure. I thought he would have picked it up and kicked it, but instead he tried to... decided to kick it off the ground, I should say. So Myercheck. And Collingwood go inside 50 again. Mason Cox the target. Now here's Adam Treloar. No one in the open goal. In fact, it's DeGoey. And Jordan DeGoey scores. And this is a very fast start by the Pies. The first 6 goals of the match. Well, who would have predicted this start? Brisbane's defence needs to be questioned here. They're getting torn apart. Back in the middle, McInerney and Myercheck. Myercheck wins the tap. Coughing it up there was McCluggage. Now, Collingwood come out with the kick and they go to the half-forward flank. Varco, he's getting plenty of the footy early, isn't he? A couple of goals already to start this game. He's looking for a third here and he decides to have a go. No one can mark. Cox off the ground, scores, and Collingwood have the first 7. You can hear the cheer squad in the background who have made the trip to Brisbane tonight. They're happy at the moment. This is just a domination early in this game. We've still got 8 minutes to play in this first quarter. Mason Cox gets on the board. So back in the middle, McInerney. Myercheck wins the tap against McInerney. McCluggage tried to pick it up. Now, good fend off by Thomas and he goes to the flank. No one could mark. Now, Brisbane, maybe a chance here. Kick to the centre, hoping for a mark. Pendlebury applied the pressure. Here's Adams. Good handball. Collingwood moving it forward. Stevenson there. Couldn't quite mark it. Now the Lions looking to move it here. I think that might be Rich. Goes to the flank. A Brisbane player, it's Hipwood. Takes the mark. And possibly a chance here for the Lions if they can get it right. There's plenty of numbers inside 50 and Charlie Cameron takes the mark. They desperately need this, the Lions. They need to stay in touch here. Can they register their first goal of the night? Oh, that was tight. It looked on point, but it hit the woodwork. And the Lions, they have 3 behinds to Collingwood. 7-1-43. Roughhead plays on. Short kick. Hoskin Elliott takes the mark. He's already registered a goal tonight. Now he decides to go back in the defence, and a good choice because there's plenty of Collingwood players there. Main was at full back to take the mark. Now dropping it there was, I think it might have been Sire, and there's a kick here to Collingwood. Good handball over the top by Christensen. Now ball inside 50 by the Lions. Kick off the ground by Calamar Chi. And he misses. Fall behinds now for the Lions. They need to start kicking some goals. It's a bit of an understatement now, isn't it? Pendlebury. Moore takes the mark. Now he looks inside the defence. Collingwood have the numbers here. They have two players. Broomhead. Good to see him back in the side tonight. Good kick to Howe, who took a specky early on. Now he kicks it to a pack in the centre. Brisbane have the numbers and they come out with it. Here's a go for the Lions. Bouncing ball. Kick on the way. Good goal by Dane Zorko. They needed that, the Lions, and Zorko delivered. So I hope you're enjoying this one in the comfort of your own home. Easter Thursday footy. Collingwood off with the fast start, kicking the first 7 goals, but Brisbane have finally registered their first goal with under 7 minutes to play. So back in the centre, not sure where Grundy is. He hasn't rucked for a while. Is Brisbane clearing ball inside 50. Now the Lions have the numbers here, and Maynard takes his opponent high. So the Lions have a chance here to kick 2 goals in a row. Let's have a look. Good kick. Fades away though. Leicester it looked like it was accurate, but it just faded to the left. So a minor score there for the Lions. So Roughhead's kick falls into the hands of Ryan Lester, who just scored the behind. He's on a different angle here. He decides to pop it over the top. Hipwood's there. Intercepted by Collingwood. Mitch Robertson takes his opponent high, and Collingwood get the free. As the ball comes to the centre, Adams. He's been locked up. We're going to have a ball up. Collingwood end up with the footy from the ruck contest. Now, De Goey, in fact it's Treloar all by himself, and he takes the mark. Now there's numbers streaming inside 50, but Treloar's decided to have a pot at the goal. And that's not a great kick from Adam Treloar. He misses. Out of bounds on the full in the end. So Brisbane get off there. They're getting punched on the counter, aren't they? As Main takes Lincoln McCarthy high. Now McCarthy comes out to the wing. Good mark. Darcy Gardner. That is a fantastic mark. Now over the top. But the Pies get it back, and inside 50 they go. Varco dropped it. Cox with the footy. Handballed off to Varco, who kicks his 3rd goal. 3 goals for Travis Varco. He's having a blinder early, and Collingwood, they're having a blinder early. They lead 8-1-49 to 1-5-11. So back in the middle. Where is Grundy? He has been nowhere to be seen for a while. A good fend off there, and Brisbane go inside 50, and Eric Hipwood takes an all-important mark. So Brisbane with a chance here. Eric Hipwood. Good kick. Snuck it in. And Brisbane get a goal. It was a good mark by Eric Hipwood. They need more of those when going inside 50, the Lions. Back in the middle, Mychek and Stephen Martin again. Martin wins the tap. Lions with the clearance here. Lincoln McCarthy. Handball to opponent who got tackled. Lost the footy. Now here's a go for the Lions. Lincoln McCarthy with a behind. So, Roughhead with the kick out. And that's not a great kick. It looked Leicester's from the moment he kicked it. It looks like Leicester's going to have a go here. He's on an angle, kicking from the half-forward flank. Dropped mark. Hipwood off the ground. Good kick. It's all you need to do in this weather. He's got 2 in a row, Eric Hipwood. And the Lions, they've got 2 in a row. So potentially a little comeback here from the Lions on the verge of quarter time. We're under 5 minutes to go. It's a good spoil by Roughhead, but he didn't help himself because he spoiled it right back to Hipwood's favour. So Eric Hipwood with the goal, and we've got, look at this, we've got Grundy back in the ruck, finally. And he wins the tap too. Now spilling it there was Lions. Ball at ground level. The Pies kick inside 50. Now here's a go for the Pies. Kick off the ground. It's not going to make the distance there by Thomas. And in the end, Marcus Adams forces it over for a behind. What do you think of this start? Send in your comments on the YouTube chat as Marcus Adams throws the footy. So a free kick here to Chris Mayne for Collingwood. Kicks to the top of the square. Adam Treloar marks. On an angle, but he makes no mistake. So Collingwood increased their lead back out. 9-goal first quarter. And it's 56 plays 24, and Treloar with his first goal of the match. Bit of light rain falling here. It's been falling all quarter. I think it's set to continue for the whole match. You can see the ground, it's not coping. A little bit muddy, the Gabba. As McCluggage takes his opponent high. So a free kick to Collingwood. Inside, on top of the 50. Good mark, Harris Andrews. Of course, All-Australian defender last year. He goes wide out to Berry. Now Berry. Not a great kick. Adams. Handballs it over the top. Now here's a chance for still side bottom, and he misses. Gee, still side bottom. He's growing back his hair, surprisingly. This day and age, he's a bald little fella, isn't he? He's rich. So they move it here, the Lions. Lincoln McCarthy kicking it to a one-on-one. Cameron out there, but Mayne deals with it superbly by taking the mark. Now he gets it onto the mitts of Josh Thomas. Oh, that was terrible by Josh Thomas. And now here's a go for Berry inside 50, but Roughhead takes a good defensive mark. That's what he does best, isn't it, Roughhead? Now, in fact, it was Christensen. And the kick from Brisbane to the goal square has been marked by Roughhead. Now he comes out to Darcy Moore. Moore to a 2-on-1 favouring the Lions, and that's a good mark at the back by Jared Berry, the number 7. He kicks it into the man of the mark, Taylor Adams. What are you doing there, Berry? Adams has got the footy. Now he takes a bounce. He takes another bounce. I'm surprised he can bounce in these wet conditions. Sends it inside 50. The big Cox is there. So is Stevenson, I think it was. Now the ball at ground level, and Grundy has taken his opponent high. So a free kick here to the Lions. The kick come off a pack. Now, good handball there by Gardner to a teammate who goes inside 50. McInerney with a mark just inside 50. So can he make the journey? Can he kick it from here? And the answer to that question is no. He has missed it completely. Out of bounds on the full. So a free kick here to Collingwood. you've just joined, they kicked the first 7 goals of the game. As that kick out was quite dangerous. And Braden Maynard has been tackled. Throwing the footy, says the umpire, and it's a free kick to the Lions. So another kick at the half-forward flank on a slight angle. A tough kick from here. Lockie Neal, who's one of Brisbane's best, couldn't quite kick it on that occasion. 7 behinds in the first quarter. Could be closer if they've taken their chances, the Lions, but they haven't been able to in this first quarter. That will be the message by Chris Fagan, I'm sure, at quarter time. As Christensen handballed it to Berry, back to Christensen. He dropped it. Now Cameron with the around the body kick, but he's missed it. Just overused the footy there, the Lions. They just needed to get it in between the sticks, but instead they just overused it. So rough head to Pendlebury. Now Pendlebury goes back inside 50. Mark taken by Maynard. Now Maynard goes close to the line, but it ends up back in the hands of Pendlebury. Not a great handball. He handballed it straight to Sire under pressure. And it's going to be a ball up. Grundy won that one. Now the Lions have decided to kick it to their defence. Not sure what happened there. Now the ball at ground level. Oh, here's a go. Here's a go for Stevenson. He's going to run into open goal here and kick it straight through the eye. Diddly-diddly-ah. And this has been one heck of a start by the Pies. "41 seconds to go in this first quarter. Look at that. No one inside 50 for Brisbane. I'd be really disappointed with that. Back in the middle. Grundy winning the tap. Brisbane getting the clearance. 1-on-1. No one could mark it. Now here's a go. Good kick by Martin. Brisbane get the goal. 31-point lead on the verge of quarter time. So Martin liking that one, celebrating with his 2 arms in the air, his fist pumping, and now he's back in the centre to face Grundy, but Grundy wins the tap. Gardner taking his opponent high. It was Jamie Elliott. Now he kicks to a 1-on-1. And that's a good mark by Grant Birchall, the former Hawk. One Hawk goes and another comes. It's just what they do there at Brisbane. Of course, Hodgie retiring last year. Now Collingwood have come away with the footy here. Handball's been intercepted by the Lions. Can they get out of trouble? They do. And marking the footy inside the centre square is Gardner as the siren sounds. And that was a really good quarter by Collingwood. They kicked the first 7 goals of the match. And as a result, they lead by 31 points. Brisbane are okay in the last sort of 5 minutes of the quarter, but they'll need to address a few things at the quarter time break. As you can see, Scott Pendlebury there, addressing his troops, of course, the captain of Collingwood. So quarter time, Brisbane 4-8-32, trail Collingwood 10-3-63. Surprisingly, the Lions win the inside 50s, as you can see, 8 behind, so they didn't take their chances there in the first quarter. As for disposals, Collingwood have dominated that area. They've also been on top of Brisbane in contested possessions, but not on uncontested possessions though. And as for marks, well, Collingwood 34 to Brisbane 20. Brisbane have had 52% of the possession. As for Collingwood, they've had 48%. And let's have a look at, firstly, the major ball winners for Brisbane. Lincoln McCarthy, 7 disposals. Ryan Lester with 6 and Harris Andrews with 5. As for Collingwood, Scott Pendlebury and Will Hoskin-Elliott with 7 disposals each. Jordan Roughhead with 6 disposals. The goal kickers, Eric Hipwood kicked 2 in that first quarter. Stephen Martin Zorko with 1 each. So 4 goals scored. 3 goal kickers there for the Lions. And for Collingwood, well, 3 goals to Travis Varco. He had a fantastic quarter. Tom Phillips and Scott Penderbury with 1 goal each. So just repeating, Brisbane 4-8-32 trail Collingwood at quarter time, 10-3-63. We'll be back very shortly with the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. Rightio, let's get back into it. Brisbane and Collingwood. It's Collingwood by 31 points. As Treloar handballs it to Grundy. He's been locked up and we're going to have a ball up. Stay in the ruck with Grundy. Neil's been tackled down to the turf and it's holding the ball, says the umpy. Collingwood go inside 50. Hugh McCluggage with a good mark. Good defensive mark there by Hugh. Now he kicks to a pack in the centre. Brisbane come away with it here. Grundy applying the tackle on Martin. And we're having another ball up here. Centre of the ground. Myercheck. Here's Grundy. Bit unusual that Grundy wasn't in the ruck, but Myercheck was. Anyway, Grundy couldn't quite hang on to the footy. Now here's Stevenson. Kicks it towards goal. It's a chance. It's hit the post. Marching out to 32 points after that behind. Andrews plays on. Now there's a stack of Lions by themselves. Lions takes the mark. Now he decides to go to the centre of the ground. And McStay has been locked up, so we're going to have a ball up. Ball up again. Zorko locked up on that occasion. McStay wins the tap. Neal kicks it to the wing. 2 on 2. Stevenson comes away with the footy. Takes a bounce. Handballs it inboard. Kick goes inside 50. And that's a good mark by Hoskin Elliott. It was a good kick inside 50 by the Pies. I think it might have been Thomas with the kick. And now Hoskin Elliott looking to kick his second goal of the match, and he's missed. So Harris Andrews playing on from the kick out. Decides to centre it back inside the defence, and luckily Birchall took the mark. Now he goes to Rich. That handball worked out, although that one didn't. And now Collingwood back in possession, although they've given it up. And now, oh gee, this is messy footy here. The ball's being turned over left, right and centre of this bit of play. Mychek comes in, tries to gather the footy. Now the Lions goes forward. Lincoln McCarthy is lurking. He's got pressure by Main. Main tackles him down, and then coming away with the footy is Chris, but he's ran out of room, and we're going to have a ball up deep inside 50 for the Lions. Brisbane need a goal. It's inside their 50. They have a chance here. Running into trouble was Cam Rayner, and he's been pinged for holding the ball, and the Collingwood Football Club have a free as Roughhead marks it at full back. Now he coughs it up. Rayner, who was just pinged for holding the ball, takes the mark, and a chance here for the Lions to kick the first goal of the second quarter. Let's have a look and see what he's got. He's got a good kick in him. He's drilled it straight through the middle. Brisbane get a much needed goal, and the margin is under 30 points. So back in the middle, Grundy wins the tap. Kick inside 50 by the Pies. They get the clearance. A bit of hip and shoulder there by the Lions player who marked it. Now Neal's been told to play on. Kick not great. Lions having trouble clearing the footy here, and Collingwood come away with the footy. Here's a chance for Pendlebury. He misses, and Brisbane get away with that ordinary bit of play. So Harris Andrews with the kick-out plays on. Now he takes a bounce. Cam Rayner with the mark. That was a good kick by Andrews. Now he goes to a one-on-one. Berry couldn't quite take the mark. Now the kick is out of bounds on the fall by Daniel Rich. Not sure what was going on there, but it gave a good view of the upper levels of the Gabba. I must say there's a good crowd in the house tonight, but they won't be liking what they're seeing from their home side at the present. As Grundy takes the free kick. Bit of a weird place to kick it as Treloar gets tackled down at centre far wing. We're going to have a ball up. So Grundy and McInerney. Rich. Not a great handball. And then what was wrong with that kick? That was a shocker. Tom Phillips. Absolute shank, and the kick up the line is forced out of play off the hands of a pack. McInerney wins the tap. Grundy picks it up, coughs it up though, loses the footy. And McStay's been tackled down after gathering the footy. So another ball up here on the wing. None of the teams can move the footy at the present. Now Grundy. Sy has pushed his opponent in the back. So Brisbane get the free. No one could mark inside 50 for the Lions. Christensen lost the footy. Now I think that might be how, in fact it's Roughhead. Elliott received the kick from Treloar, I think it was. And now going inside 50. Elliott tackled down. Lions trying to clear it out. And it's a good kick to Gardner, who marks. Now he drills it down the centre. A muddy Gabby here, and that's a good mark by McStay. Now McStay, short kick. Fell in the hands of Sire, so he's turned it over. So messy footy here from both sides at the moment as Crisp gets tackled down through the footy and a free kick to the Lions. Kick to a pack. Howe takes the mark. If you've just joined, he took an unbelievable specky in the first quarter. It's not really unbelievable, is it? Because he takes it on a weekly basis. Now still side bottom. Coughs up the handball. Hoskin Elliott. Out wide he goes to the forward flank, and Elliott takes the mark. Now he wheels around, centres it inside 50, and Hoskin Elliott, it landed back in his arms. So Hoskin Elliott, for his second goal, he's got it. If you've just joined, by the way, this is a CPU v CPU game, so I'm not controlling anyone. I'm just watching, commentating, and then being entertained by it. So if you've just tuned in, Collingwood kicked the first 7 goals of the game. They've just kicked a goal here to increase the lead back out to 30 plus points. And gee, the Lions, they're going to have to really get a move on here. Well, we've got plenty of time, but hasn't been great from them so far as Dane Zorko gets tackled down by Chris Mayne. It's holding the ball. Now Mayne kicking it to a pack. Brisbane come away with it. Big kick, I think it was from Neil, and that's a good mark. Good defensive mark by Jordan Roughhead. Kick to a pack. Ball spills out. It's dribbling around ground level. Now kick to the pocket is Phillips, and Mason Cox, who's already kicked a goal in this game, has marked the footy in the pocket. This would be a real damaging goal if he was able to kick this, and he's missed it. See some Lion supporters in the background there with their arms crossed. They're not very happy with what they're seeing at the moment, and nor they should be. Disappointing footy here by the Lions. Christensen kicks it out to the wing. Now here's a go for the Lions. They move the footy. Kick over the top. Eric Hipwood all by himself, and he marks. 20 to 30 metres out, I reckon he is, and he's going to come in and miss to the left. So that makes it 2 goals, 1 for him. Kicked 2 goals early in the first quarter, or late in the first quarter I should say, but early in this game as Maynard takes the mark at back pocket. Leicester tackled down. We're going to have a ball up close to the forward flank for the Lions as we see some interchanges made. Grundy winning the tap. Pendlebury couldn't quite grab the footy. Treloar spilt it, but it worked out well. Now Collingwood up the line, comes off the hands of Mason Cox. Still side bottom, ended up with the footy, but tackled down, so ball up. Neil tackled down. Collingwood come away with the footy. It's Will Hoskin Elliott. He's ran into trouble, and the umpire says holding the ball. Collingwood going to come in back inside 50 though. Still side bottom with the kick. No one could mark. To go, he ended up with the footy though, but he's been tackled down. We're going to have a ball up as we see Cameron come on for Mitch Robertson. Grundy. Pendlebury tackled down. So ball up again. Grundy wins the tap again. Wiverton applies the high tackle on Adams. He gets the free. Kicks it in the Elliott direction. No one could mark. Rich tackled down. We're going to have another ball up. So a few stoppages here in this game so far. Adams. He's given away a free. So a chance here for Collingwood to kick another goal and put even more damage on the Lions. It's a big kick by Stevenson, but he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Gee, that was a terrible kick by the Lions. Elliott somehow marked it in a pack. He'll be kicking from just inside 50. He lines up. It's a good-looking kick from Jamie. He's a gun, isn't he? And he's registered a goal. So back in the middle, big lead here for the Lions. It's out to a 40-point lead. Big lead for the Pies. It's out to a 40-point lead now, but they go inside 50, the Lions. Maybe a chance. Roughhead, tackled down. Cameron kicks it off the ground. Or in fact, it's Archie who kicks it off the ground. And it's a behind. Missing it to the left. So Roughhead plays on from the kick out. Good kick in the end to Maynard. He marks. Now he decides to go back inside the defence. Not a great kick. Chance here for the Lions. Off the ground. Goal. Rayner. Probably the worst bit of play by the Pies to go back deep inside the defensive 50. And as a result, they've given up a goal. Off the hands, Chris Rayner. All he had to do was kick it off the ground, and that's exactly what he did. So Grundy, Martin, tackled down. Adams collects the footy, then taken high by McStainer. He goes over the top, short to the centre. Crisp. Out to half forward. Comes off hands off a pack. Lester applies a high tackle. Inside 50. Oh, good mark. Adam Treloar. That is fantastic by him. He's already kicked one goal today. Chance here for a second if he can make the distance and the accuracy. He's going to have a go here, Adam Treloar. He's made the distance, but the accuracy, no. And he misses to the right. So this rain has not stopped since we started this game, and the Gabba is muddy as a result, especially in the centre. It's not holding up well, the Gabba, at the moment. Ball spills loose. Stevenson ends up with the footy. Runs around, kicks it inside 50. Centering ball. Grant Birchall with the footy. Tackled down. We're going to have a ball up. Deep inside 50 for the Pies. Grundy wins the tap. Chance here for Varco. Crumbing and goaling. 4 goals for Travis Varco. He's having a blinder of a night tonight. And the Pies back out to a 40-point lead. So back in the middle, Lions, they really need to do something here. They really need to stop the spill of goals from Collingwood, but at the same time, they really need to kick some goals themselves. And they're going to go inside 50 by the looks of things here, although the handball not so great. Now coming in was Christensen. Here's a go for the Lions. Daniel McStay kicks the goal, and that's another one for the Lions. That's his first goal, Daniel McStay. And the margin back under 40 points. Back in the middle. Martin winning the tap. Loose footy. Here's Treloar. Takes a bounce. He got out of it too easy there with no pressure. Now Stevenson, the crumb. Looks towards goal and misses. Witherton with the mark. Now he goes out wide. It's a good kick to McCluggage. McCluggage kicks to a pack. Main, that's a good mark in the pack by Chris Main. He centres the ball inside 50. Elliott off the pack Around the body and misses. So 87 to 52. Collingwood have missed a few opportunities in this quarter. 9 behinds for them so far. So a high tackle paid. Brisbane, that's not a great kick, but somehow it worked out in the end. Now Archie was tackled down. Martin then ended up with the footy and he's been tackled down. We're going to have a ball up. So Mychet McStay. Varco taken high by Gardner. He's kicked 4 goals, Varco, in the first half. Kicks it inside 50. It was a short little kick. Robertson. Tackled down and holding the ball, says the umpire. So a big decision there. I think it was possibly Jaden Stevenson. And he misses. He's kicked a couple out of bounds on the full now, Jaden Stevenson. He already has 1 goal to his name, though. If it comes to a pack, falls loose. Gee, some handy work there by whoever that was. Ball spilt out. Collingwood. Brisbane now got the footy. And they go wide out to the broadcast wing. McCluggage. He goes back to the centre. No one could mark for the lines. Oh, Varco, beautifully done. Ran out of trouble there with that footy. Kicked it to the flank. Now Stevenson. He's got a couple of lines to beat. He collects the footy. Kicks it towards the square. But the mark's been taken by the Lions in defence. Now Christensen with the long sleeves. Kick to a pack. Comes off hands. Good fend off there by Hitwood. And he goes for goal, but he misses. So 7-11-53 is Brisbane's scoreline. As the ball's forced out of play, Scotty Pendlebury. And we're going to have another ball in. 3.5 to go. Some pressure applied here by both teams. Cameron takes his opponent high. It's Myercheck, and we're going to have a free. Myercheck goes across the face, inside defence. Main taking the mark. Main's got a couple of Collingwood players by themselves. Maynard is one of them. He takes the mark. Now he drills it down the centre. Brisbane have the numbers here. It falls to Martin. He gets tackled down, and we're going to have a ball up. Martin wins that one. Leicester tackled down. So we're going to have another ball up. Collecting the footy there was Hoskin Elliott. He kicks to a one-on-one. Oh, Broomhead. That's a fantastic mark. A lot of people were speaking about the delight to see him back in the team. Kick wasn't great, though. Nothing eventuated of it. Now Brisbane on the move, possibly. Go inside 50. Hit with the target, but Roughhead. Good defence. He marks. He had Hitwood covered there. And the mark truly showed that as he goes to Phillips. Phillips, what is he doing? He kicks it out of bounds on the full. And the Lions get the free. Now they go inside 50. But Maynard takes the mark. Maynard out to a pack of players. So 2:23 to go in this first half. It's been a good Collingwood. Pendlebury takes his opponent high. Now he goes inside 50. Robertson all on his own. That's a good chest mark. Big kick for Mitch. Can he kick the goal? Directly in front. He's a fair way out, but it's no trouble for him. Mitch Robertson with a scrumdiddly-umptious goal. And it's important for the Lions to stay in touch here. It's very important. Back in the middle we go. Gee, look at that centre. Where's the green grass? It's all muddy. Running into trouble was Lockie Neal. Spent too long with the footy. Holding the ball. Treloar with the tackle. He goes inside 50. Comes off hands. Cox. Tackled down by Christensen. but it's a high one, and it's going to be a free. And Mason Cox is going to be kicking from just inside 50. He lines up. He'll need a big kick from here. It's a huge kick, but not accurate. Short kick by Andrews. Adams with the foot. He's been tackled down. We're going to have a ball up. Back pocket. Spilt footy. Robertson. Oh, gee, that's harsh. Pounced on, and the umpire has pinged him for holding the ball. So there's a free kick here to the Pies. I think it might be Stevenson. Kicks it to a pack. Adams. Good mark in the pack. Oh, Lincoln McCarthy, well done. Back flank takes the mark. Now McCarthy goes inboard. Comes off hands. Ball's at ground level. Very, very wet conditions. Big kick out of the pack by Broomhead, and he's missed to the right. Less than a minute to go. Harris Andrews, kick out. Not great. Fell in the hands of Sire. Now Sire plays on, tries to go for goal, but instead he's just kicked it out of bounds on the full, about 40 metres out from goal. So he might need to work on his kicking there. That is for sure Sire, as Adam Treloar takes his opponent high. So the Lions get a free. Now, kicking to a pack. Pies had the numbers. Came off hands. Berry with the foot. He's been tackled down. So ball up again. Next day hit it to a teammate, but he's lost it. Now Collingwood with the footy. Now this is a chance for Collingwood. An easy chance. Thomas off the ground. Collingwood get another. And Brisbane with a lot of work to do in the second half. The conditions are testing, but Collingwood are making the most of it. They're doing well. They're the best side so far in this game by a mile. Clearing kick by the Lions. Pack forming. Oh my God. Good mark. Braden Sire in the pack. That was superb. Now the kick comes out for Thomas, I think it was. Mitch Robertson spilt the footy. Tackled down was Lockie Neal as he gave it the footy, and the umpires said no prior. Oh, big tackle by Leicester, but it's been paid high. Kick goes inboard to Howe, but that's going to be it. That's going to do it. That's the first half. Done and dusted. And Collingwood are leading the Lions here. 14-11-95 to 8-11-59. It's a big lead to the Pies. Let's have a look at the halftime match stats. Collingwood with all the inside 50s. They've had plenty of the footy. But surprisingly, the Lions are beating Collingwood in uncontested and contested possessions. As for marks, well, Collingwood are dominating the Lions in the marks department. And Brisbane have had 52% of the ball. But they do trail by a hefty margin. Let's have a look at all the major ball winners. Harris Andrews, the defender, 12 disposals in that first half. Ryan Lester with 11 disposals for the Lions, and Lincoln McCarthy with 9. He led at, well, in fact, he was amongst the leaders at quarter time with the most disposals. As for Collingwood, Will Hoskin-Elliott with 12 disposals. He's having a ripper-dipper game. He's on track maybe for the 3 votes, who knows. Jordan Roughhead with 11 disposals and Adam Treloar with 10 disposals. The goal kickers for Brisbane, Rayner has kicked 2, Hipwood's kicked 2, and Robertson with 1. As for Varco, he's kicked 4 for Collingwood, Hoskin-Elliott with 2, and Phillips with 1. So that's your half-time result. Brisbane 8-11-59 trail Collingwood 14-11-95. We'll be back with the second half in a short time. Stay tuned here on The Bev Show. So if you've just joined, Collingwood with a fast start. They kicked the first 7 goals of the game. They led at quarter time 10-3-63 to the Lions 4-8-32, and they haven't looked back since, kicking another 4 goals in the second term plus a heap of behinds. And they lead the Lions at half-time 14-11-95 to 8-11-59. Tomorrow night, in fact not tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon I should say, late afternoon, we've got a twilight blockbuster, Good Friday twilight blockbuster. It's North Melbourne taking on the Western Bulldogs under the roof at Marvel Stadium. Looking forward to that one. Of course, the Western Bulldogs, a tight win against the Giants last week by 4 points. It was an absolute thriller in Canberra. They're now back under the roof versus North Melbourne. And according to squiggle.com.au, North Melbourne have lost their last 2 games. Now, you might be wondering what I'm talking about there. Squiggle.com.au, it's a website. Go check it out. They're actually running a simulated season of AFL based on the data that they have. So, yep, so go check that out, of course, as well as staying tuned here to the Bev Show for all the games that I cover on here via AFL Evolution 2. Okay, time now to get into the second half. And it's Collingwood with a big lead here at the Gabba on Easter Thursday football. Brisbane with the first clearance of the second half. It comes off hands. Loose footy. Collingwood come away with it. It's Tom Phillips, but he's been ragdolled down to the ground, and Brisbane get the free kick. Now they go inside 50. No one could mark. It falls to the back. Big kick required here by Oscar McInerney. It is, but it wasn't accurate enough. And Brisbane get the first score of the second half. It's a minor score. Brisbane, they need a couple of goals to start this second half, don't they? As Adam Treloar marks the footy from Jordan Roughhead. Goes out to the wing, comes off hands. I think it might beat him Thomas. Now Main picks it up, spills the footy. And Tom Phillips wrapped up. So Grundy with the tap. Martin tried to pick it up. Main ended up with the footy. Now he kicks it in the Elliott direction. Pack of players form. Grundy. Taken high. In fact, has taken his opponent high. And that was Marcus Adams he took high. So a free kick there. Gets it to Birchall. Now Birchall goes wide. Hugh McCluggage takes the mark on the far wing interchange side. It's weird because most grounds have interchange on the broadcast side, as we see Scott Penderbury taking a shot and missing to the left. So Harris Andrews just decides to go straight through the centre. Now Brisbane kick it to the centre of the ground. It comes off hands. Collingwood with the numbers. They come away with the footy, kicking it to the top of the 50, hoping for a mark. It comes off hands. Neil gave it up to a teammate in Zorko, and he's been wrapped up, and we're going to have a ball up just inside the centre square. Lockie Neal, he's been pinged holding the ball, tried to get out of it. Now quick kick inside 50, good kick to Phillips, and Phillips takes the mark. He's been called to move it on here by the umpire, and that's not a great kick. It's out of bounds on the full. He hasn't been very accurate today, Tom Phillips. He's kicked a few out of bounds on the fulls. Oh, gee, that is a disappointing kick by Harris Andrews, and that's fell in the hands of Oscar Elliott. He's having a good game, Oscar Elliott. This would only add to it. Oh, that's a delicious kick. Sorry to say, Bruce McAvaney, your phrase, but that is absolutely scrumdiddly-umptious. 3 goals now for Will Hoskin Elliott. He is turning this game to shreds. Well, the cheer squad love it. You can hear them singing in the background there. That is fantastic. Back in the middle. Grundy and Martin again. Martin wins the tap. Thomas. Interestingly, he's playing a bit of midfield. In fact, it was actually still side bottom, actually. Now, Collingwood with the footy here. A chance here for Hoskin Elliott. So, gee, he's having a good game, isn't he, Hoskin Elliott? Just missed that one, but he's kicked 3 goals. Harris Andrews kicks it to the pocket. Main took Berry high, I think it was. Yep, it was Berry. Now he goes short. Still inside the defence to Lyons. So one Jared to another. Kick to a pack of players. It comes off hands. Ball just flying around here, but now Leicester takes possession of it and wastes it. Just kicks it straight out of bounds on the full. Not sure why the computer does that on AFL Evolution. Just kicks it straight out of bounds on the full. But anyway, that's probably a little con of the game. But anyway, back to the topic. McStay tackled down. We're going to have a ball up. So we see some interchanges made there. Grundy winning the tap. Collingwood go inside 50 to go. Good mark. And he just decides to kick it straight away. Oh, geez, missed. It was almost a certain goal. He had a teammate flying in by himself, but he's missed there to go. And now Hugh McCluggage has the footy. Now he kicks it up the wing. Oh, good mark. Good diving mark there by Dane Zorko, the captain, giving it his all. Oh, what was that? What did I just see? He forgot to connect the handball with his hand, and it just fell out of his mitts. And now Collingwood go forward. Jaden Stevenson has the ball right in front of him. He picks up under pressure straight away, but it doesn't matter because handball to handball. What? He has missed another one. Oh my goodness gracious me. That was a comedy of errors. A circus. That was worse than a circus. Oh dear, oh dear. Rich. Tackled without the footy. Where are you? Robertson locked up. And as we take a breath, it's no Briar and we have a ruck contest. Dear, oh dear. That was a comedy of errors. I can't believe what I just saw. Back in the ruck again. Mychek won that one. He somehow got it back. Gave the fend off. Then the quick hands was good, but it's spilled out of his teammates' hands. And the ball has eventually been forced out of play. And we're going to have a ball in just close to Collingwood's forward 50. So 105 to 60, Collingwood lead. It's inside their 50. That's a good looking kick by De Goey, but again he misses, and that's 3 straight behinds for De Goey. He should at least have 1 goal. But if you can't get him directly in front, then you don't deserve to have a goal at all, as they say. Alex Witherden decides to centre it up to half back. It wasn't the wise kick, but in the end it worked out well because Brisbane get a free. Now, kick's been spoiled. Pendlebury, tackled down by Rich. And we're going to have a ball up. Mychek. Sire. Tackling down Mitch Robertson. So he gets a free. Mitch. Now he goes across the ground. Bouncing board. Missed his teammate and rolled out of play for another boundary throw in deep inside Collingwood's forward 50. So back we go here. Loose footy. Leicester. Had it. Tackled. No Prior. Loose footy. There was a big bump applied there. I think it was from Robertson. Now he's got the footy, but he's turned it over. And here's a go for Collingwood. It was Adam Treloar, beautifully done around the body. And Collingwood adds even more pain to the Brisbane Lions. There's lots of pressure in this game, lots of pressure, and That's how that goal was created. Pressure. The rain has been dropping non-stop in this one. Mychek won that one. Went to get his own footy. Now Adams. Short kick. Fell in the hands of Adams. So one Adams to another Adams. Taylor to Marcus. Except they play for different sides. Now Brisbane have a chance here. Robertson. Oh gee. He lost the footy. Christensen had the footy. He lost it. Now Collingwood lose the footy. But they get out of it. Now they have it. And they go forward 50. Pack of players. Loose footy. Witherton. Locked up. Robertson. He's everywhere, isn't he? Oh, he's got that, Brody Mychek. You're kidding. No, I'm not. He's got it. And that's his first goal of the night. Let's have a look at the replay. This was a strange goal. Well, not sure how he got that, but anyway, we'll go with it. Now, did that hit the post? It was awfully close. We might need the video review system here. No, it might have just scraped through for a goal. Gee, it's a wet old night here in Brisbane, isn't it? A wet old night. So back in the middle, Mychek. Here's the tap. Loose footy. Lincoln McCarthy's been tackled down. We're going to have a ball up. I think Brisbane needs a miracle comeback if they're going to win this one, but there's still plenty of time, I suppose. They're going forward. Brisbane have the numbers. They should have someone mark it, and Christensen marked the footy well in his long sleeves. It's a good night for it, isn't it? Although the weather is quite warm here in Brisbane. Oh, it's not great by Christensen. He misses. Robertson dropped the footy. Side bottom spilt it. Chance here for the Lions. It's a kick from Rayner that misses. Roughhead playing on, goes short. Maynard takes the mark. Maynard, risky kick, but it worked out well. Chris Mayne took the mark. Goes to a pack. Treloar, tackled down, lost the footy. Here's a chance for Charlie Cameron. Straight through the middle. Could that be the start of a miracle comeback? Who knows? Martin, Mychek. Mychek won that one. Brisbane with a clearance here. In the direction of Christensen. He couldn't quite mark. It was a good spoil. Kick off the ground. I think it was Charlie Cameron. And Cameron comes in to collect the footy, but he's been forced out of play. So Brisbane with a chance to get back-to-back goals here. It's deep inside their forward 50. Mitch Robertson gives away a free. Now Crisp receives the kick. Now kicks to a 2-on-1 favouring Brisbane. Comes off hands. Christensen. Tackled down to the ground, and that's a good tackle at that. Throws the footy. But then gets it back inside the centre. Goes over the top. Comes off hands. Falls to Crisp, and he's been wrapped up, and we're going to have another ball up. Just inside 50 for the Lions. Grundy wins the tap. Oh, very well done there by Sire. Now he kicks to a 2-on-1 situation favouring Collingwood. No one could mark for Collingwood. Hipwood ended up with the footy wrapped up. Going to be another ball up. And McCluggage wrapped up. So 7.5 minutes to go in this one. As we just see stoppage after stoppage. Grundy. Losing the footy there was Berry. Now Grundy ends up with the footy. Not a great kick by Brodie Grundy. Would expect better from him. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. We're going to get a free kick to the Lions. And Grant Birchall sends it high up in the air. Left Rich with a lot of work to do. Now he's been wrapped up by Stevenson and then tackled again, and Rich gets it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Grundy wins the tap. Good bit of play there. I think it might have been, not sure who that was for Brisbane, but the kick comes back inside for Collingwood. Now they have numbers here, Collingwood. Brisbane are going to have to really defend well. Kick off the ground by De Goey, and he gets another behind. So that's at least 4 behinds for Jordan De Goey now. Of course, that one was in a tight angle, but he has missed some opportunities. Harris Andrews, not a great kick. Kicked it straight to Hoskin Elliott, and that's one man you do not want to kick it to. He's having a blinder of a night. Not his best work of the night, though. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Straight down the middle. That's a good mark by the old-timer in Grant Birchall. Now he kicks it to a 2-on-2. Berry, that's a really good mark. Now Jared Berry looks inside the centre square. Rich was there. He marks. Good mark. It's a muddy centre square, isn't it? Now he kicks it in the direction of, I think it was McInerney. Picking it up was Christensen. He wheels around. It's a good kick. It's made it. Big kick by Christensen. Lions get back-to-back goals. And they're still in this maybe. Good work to collect the ball from the scrimmage there. And Christensen made good use of it. So what can Brisbane do? Can they string a couple more together, or will Collingwood continue their dominance? They move the footy here. Leicester received their handball from Berry, but he's been locked up. Neil ran into trouble, and as a result has been pinged for holding the ball. Been pinged a lot for holding the ball tonight. That kick not great from Collingwood. Now all by himself is Charlie Cameron. That's one man you do not want to leave by himself. And gee whiz, he decided to go off the ground. Then Christensen tried to go off the ground, but he hasn't put it through the sticks. He's missed it. Brisbane, they need to start taking their chances. Pendlebury takes the mark from Roughhead. He goes in board. Good mark. Darcy Moore. Up the line he goes, 1-on-1. Grundy! Brodie Grundy with a very good mark. Now he looks inside 50. He's got someone in there. Jordan De Goey Cox. It falls to De Goey. Maybe a chance. No. Varco runs around the body and misses. Hope you're enjoying this Easter Thursday clash. It's been Collingwood leading all night. But you just feel things have tensioned up a little. Elliott lost the footy. De Goey tackle. Treloar with the high tackle. And Harris Andrews gets the free. Goes in board. Oh, Elliott. He was the smallest guy in that marking contest, but he somehow got to it. Now kickers are... Now it's come off a pack. Loose footy. Varco with the toe poke. Harris Andrews comes away with it, and that's a good little bit of play. And McCluggage was all by himself. He kicks on the man of the mark. Harris Andrews coughs it up. Varku loses the footy. Birchall comes in, and then he's wrapped up. We're going to have a ball up at the top of the 50 for the Pies. Rich. Fend off was perfect. Kicks to a 1-on-1. Out the back, Rayner. That's beautiful. Rayner, inside 50, Maynard takes the mark. Players, loose footy. It's going to be a push in the back from Hoskin Elliott. Now the short kick made the journey to Christensen, who somewhere marked it. Now he goes inside 50. Jeremy Hale again has taken a ripper nipper. How about that? Oh, gee, he just takes them on a regular basis. Now he kicks to a pack. McCarthy marks, sends it inside 50. No one can mark for Collingwood. Loose footy. Christensen, a chance, a goal. 3 goals in a row for the Lions. $40 points. Back in the middle, Martin and Grundy. Grundy won the tap. Got the footy back. Sent it inside 50. Off hands. Now loose footy. Come off the hands of a Brisbane Lions player. Stevenson lost the footy. Now coming out with it was Brisbane. Marcus Adams has been taken high by De Goey. Now he decides to switch it. Not a great ball. Treloar came in and spoiled it. Now Harris Andrews collects the loose footy, takes a bounce. Gee, that was a strange kick, and as a result it falls in the hands of Hoskin Elliott. What is Brisbane doing? Just kick it long. Kick it long inside 50 instead of stuffing around with it. Now Hoskin Elliott, kick comes to the pocket, comes off hands. Loose footy. Thomas tackled down. We're going to have a ball up. De Goey wrapped up after collecting the hit out. Another ball up. De Goey lost it. Toe poke didn't work. Here's a chance for Adams. The turnover to Adams. He slots it through, and it's back out to 46 points in Collingwood's favour. First goal for Taylor Adams. He's had a bit of the footy tonight. He's playing okay, and well, that was just a goal from a turnover, but every 6-pointer counts. So back in the middle. Martin, Grundy. Lester pushes Grundy in the back. Grundy, 1-on-1. McCarthy bumped off his man, took the mark, now sent it to a pack. It comes off hands. Brisbane collect the footy through Berry, I think it was. Now he sends it off to a pack. Treloar comes out with the footy, sends it forward, but Andrews takes the mark, decides to play on, gets tackled down, and then sends Adams into pressure. And now a ball up. Neal kicking it forward. Oh, Jeremy Howe! A third specky for the Knights. This is just extraordinary scenes. Wow, that was superb. Scott Pendlebury takes the mark. He goes wide in the direction of De Goey, but he's ran out of room and been forced out of play for a boundary throw-in. Myercheck just grabbed it out of the ruck, then smashed it forward. Now Varco was trying to judge the flight of the footy, but it's bounced out for a boundary throw-in. Martin. Myercheck tackled down, and he's been pinged through the footy. Now, that's not a great kick. Brisbane turn it over, and then Sire gives it right back to the Lions. He kicks it out of bounds on the full. Loose footy. Myercheck pushes his opponent in the back. Centering ball inside the defence for the Lions. Rich takes the mark. Sends it straight down the eye, diddle diddle. Comes off hands. Brisbane looking to move it, but they can't. The pressure from Collingwood's outstanding, and now Roughhead sends it in the direction of De Goey. Now, what can De Goey do here? That's a very good team play from De Goey. He could have had the shot, but he squared it up to Jamie Elliott. With 45 seconds left, Jamie Elliott has got it. He kicks the goal. His second goal. And Collingwood are marching to three-quarter time with another big lead. So back in the middle, Martin up against Myercheck. Martin won that one. Juggling ball. Pendlebury, fend off after fend off. Then gave it up to Sire, I think it was, who now has got back the footy after a few little tackles and then sends it to a one-on-one. It comes off hands. Now, missing the kick there was Collingwood player. Now Brisbane end up with the footy. Sends it to a pack. No one could mark for the Lions. Loose footy. Coming away with it was Maynard. He sends it to a pack. And that's a good mark by Mason Cox. Siren sounds, and that's the end of the third quarter. So it's pretty much the same story as half-time. Collingwood in a pretty damn good position. They lead by a whopping margin. They've led from start to three-quarter time, that is for sure. And it's going to have to take a big quarter from the Brisbane Lions if they're going to get back into this one, but it doesn't look likely. Collingwood, they do lead at three-quarter time. 19-18, 132. The Brisbane Lions 11-14, 80. Well, Collingwood have dominated the inside 50 so far. They've had plenty of the footy. The only area they're pretty much not on top of is the uncontested and contested possessions, but they've had a lot of the footy, 221 disposals. They've taken 80 marks to Brisbane Lions 59. Surprisingly though, Brisbane have had 52% of the footy, but it hasn't equated to much because Collingwood lead by a big margin. Harris Andrews, 22 disposals for the Lions. Leicester with 16 and McCluggage with 13. Hoskin Elliott has been so good tonight. 17 disposals for Collingwood. Roughhead with 15. Treloar with 14. And your goal kickers, Brisbane, 2 each to Rayner, Hitwood, Christensen. Collingwood, Travis Varco with 4 goals. They all come in the first half. Hoskin Elliott with 3. Treloar with 2. So stick around. The final term on this Easter Thursday night is coming your way very shortly. Stay tuned here on the Bev Show YouTube channel. Hope you're enjoying this one, especially if you're a Collingwood supporter. It's a big lead to the Pies at three-quarter time. As I mentioned before, they've led from start to three-quarter time. They led at quarter time, 10-3-63 to 4-8-32, 14-11-95 to 8-11-59 at half time, and they lead at three-quarter time. Tomorrow afternoon, Good Friday footy at Marvel Stadium, North Melbourne and the Western Bulldogs. Looking forward to that one. When they usually meet, it's usually a good game, so you won't want to miss that tomorrow at Marvel Stadium. It gets underway at 4 p.m. You can watch all the action on youtube.com/The Bev Show. Looking forward to that. So we're about to get into the fourth quarter. Can the Brisbane Lions come back from this? It would have to be a huge comeback. It would have to be a similar comeback to the Sydney Swans a couple of weeks ago against the Bombers, when I called that one right here on the Bev Show. It's a bit unlikely, but you never ever know. Let's get into it. Here we go. Fourth term underway. McInerney winning that one. Collingwood coming away with the footy. Couldn't get the clearance away though. Brisbane able to apply the pressure. Wimberton has been locked up. We're going to have a ball up. DeGoey applies the high tackle. Going to be a free to the Lions. Good mark by Neil. On the wing. Now he sends it towards the 50. It comes off hands. A chance here for the Lions. A big kick from McStay, but it misses. So Brisbane start off with the first score of the quarter, but it's a minor. They need to start taking their chances. It's not helping if they get behinds. But here's a go. Robertson! Mitch Robertson's missed the whole thing. Kick out from Collingwood. Oh, Charlie Cameron, beautiful. Marking it just inside 50. He'll probably kick from just outside 50, or just on the line. And he's missed. So that's another wasted opportunity from the Lions. Collingwood are now back in possession. Main takes the mark. He decides to switch it over. Dropped footy there. And now they're under pressure here, Collingwood. It's a kick off the ground by the Lions. Can someone get there to kick the goal? No, it was Jeremy Howe for Collingwood who rushed it over for a behind. So Roughhead with the free. The kick out. And he sends it to an outnumbered pack. A 2-on-1 situation favouring the Lions, and McInerney took the mark. Now he's going to have to roost this one. He's kicking from the 50-metre line, and that's not a great kick. And it carries over for a free kick to Collingwood. Pendlebury now with the footy. Short kick tried to go to Main. He got it in the end, and then he was pushed in the back by Robertson. So Main sends it down the line. Pendlebury at the back couldn't quite mark it. The fend-off, I think it was from Hoskin Elliott. And then he sends it out of bounds for a free kick to Collingwood. It was out of bounds on the full. So sends it to a pack. Main, good mark. Now Main decides to go back inside the defensive 50. Jeremy Howe, who's taken 3 speckies today. It's just the usual, isn't it? The usual day of the office for him. Now coming away with the footy was Adam Treloar, and that's not a great kick. It's been sent out of play on the full. Oh, now Wimberton sends it out. So a comedy of errors to start the fourth term. Squaring kick inside 50 for the Pies. Brisbane come away with it. They just bomb it out of there. Now who's going to get to it first? Is it Taylor Adams or Brisbane? Collingwood end up with the footy. And Maynard, he's been tackled down holding the ball, says the umpire. Now a kick comes to a 2-on-1 favouring Brisbane. Here's a chance possibly. No, they wasted the Lions. Collingwood get back possession. Here's DeGoey. Spins his way out of trouble. Sends it to the wing. No one was there besides running off there was, I think it was DeGoey. Now Tom Phillips sending it forward. Harris Andrews tackled out in front. Here's a go for Stevenson. He missed. So under 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Brisbane are just kicking it to the wrong areas of the ground. Across the ground. Collingwood have the numbers here to Goey. Tackled down. And coming away with the footy was Marcus Adams. He decides to just kick it short to Rich, who takes a good mark. Now Rich sends it out to the Mitch Robertson direction. Good mark by Robertson. Now he plays on, sends it inboard. Good mark by Zorko. He sends it over the top to Gardner. It's going to come back though. It's going to be a push in the back. Somehow Collingwood get the free. Not sure what happened there, but anyway, Jamie Elliott takes the mark inside the centre square. Now he kicks it to a 2-on-1 favouring Collingwood. Ball spills to Sire. He's been tackled down and we're going to have a ball up. Adams receives the hit out from Grundy and then throws the footy. Adams with the mark in a pack. Good mark. Oh, he's turned it over. Sent it into the arms of Sire. Now Sire, big kick inside 50. There's a pack forming. It comes off hands. Treloar's been tackled by Witherton. It's a high one and it's a free to Adam Treloar. So can Adam Treloar add another goal to his collection? You betcha. 3 goals for Adam Treloar. He's having a beauty of a game. 2019 139, Collingwood lead Brisbane 11-16 82 with 10 minutes to play in the fourth term. Don't forget tomorrow, North Melbourne and the Western Bulldogs, 4 p.m. So a bit of Good Friday footy coming to you late in the afternoon. It should be really good. Twilight footy. It's going to be fantastic. Now here's Berry receiving it from Neil. Inside 50 for the Lions. Crisp ended up with the footy tackled down. There's going to be a ball up. Myercheck. Berry kicked it off the ground. Brisbane trying to scramble it into the goals. Christensen trying to burst his way through, but he's been locked up. So we're going to have a ball up inside, or just outside the goal square for the Lions. And Martin hits it over the line for a behind. So Roughhead playing on. And he's kicked it straight out of bounds on the full. Not sure where he was trying to kick that. Maybe he saw a teammate in level 2 of the grandstands here at the Gabba. Anyway, kick goes across the face. Broomhead takes the mark. Sends it up the line, but McStay takes the mark. Well done. Link. Kick on line. Hits the post. And in fact, it was Lincoln McCarthy. I think I said McStay, but it's actually Lincoln McCarthy. Oh, he's got it! I thought it hit the post. Hang on a minute. Have a look at the replay. I just want to see that. Did that hit the post? Not sure what happened there. I thought it hit the post. But anyway, the Brisbane Lions kick a goal. Phillips locked up. The Lions scramble to receive the footy, and Robertson couldn't get rid of it. He was pinged for holding the ball. Kicks to the far wing. Darcy Moore's pushed in the back. Or pushes in the back, I should say. Now, Brisbane Lions turn it over here, and still Sidebottom takes the mark and then sends it in the Treloar direction, and that's a brilliant mark by the gun midfielder, and then he sends it in the Cox direction. Probably didn't need to. He's already scored 3 goals tonight. Could have had a go himself. Now the ball comes out to the centre wing here, and Crisp has been locked up. Big kick to the centre square. No one could mark it for the Lions. Taylor Adams comes away with the footy, but then turns it over. Gets the tackle away, though. Now here's a go. Rayner inside 50. Or in fact, it wasn't Rayner, it was someone else. And Rayner takes the mark. I think it might have been Berry who took the mark. So Rayner misses it to the right. Kick drilled up the middle. Didn't work though. Archie takes the mark. He's kicked a couple of goals already tonight, Archie. This directly in front. He's got it. Callum Archie kicks a goal for the Lions. In fact, that's his first goal. He's kicked 2 behinds, I should have said. .96 to 139. The Lions still with plenty of work to do with 8 minutes to go. So back in the middle. Good by McKerney. Now the Lions clearing kick inside 50. Christensen's there lurking. Kicked it off the ground and kicked it out on the full. Short kick, Main, spilled the footy, Myercheck. Oh, gave it straight back to the Lions. Here's a go for Berry, and he's missed it. Roughhead takes the kick, it comes off a pack. Christensen takes his opponent high. It was Jeremy Howe. Now, that's not a great kick. It fell in the hands of Rayner. Now Rayner plays on, sends it inside 50, hoping for a Brisbane Lions mark. It's fallen off a pack to Zorko and he kicks it through. Are the Brisbane Lions coming? It's under 40 points now. Still a whopping margin though. Zorko, he's kicked 2 goals tonight. He's been in amongst it, hasn't he? So Martin and Myercheck in the ruck. Martin wins the tap. It looks like the Lions are going to get the clearance here. Maybe not. I spoke too soon. They scrapped it out. Lost the footy. Now the kick comes in the direction of Collingwood's forward 50. Scrambling footy. Picking it up was Varco. He's already kicked 4 tonight. He hasn't made it 5. He's missed. So Harris Andrews with the kick out. He's found Cam Rayner all by himself. Rayner sends it down the line. Interchange wing. Oh, Mitch Robertson has taken a superb mark. And then sent it out of bounds on the full. That's not what you want if you're a Brisbane Lions supporter. Phillips outmustering Berry. Now the kick was not great at all. Hugh McCluggage collected it and then was wrapped up. So just under 7 minutes to go. Brisbane couldn't possibly come back from here. Well, this might be the chance they need. Myercheck ping for holding the ball. Kick has been coughed up by Stevenson. Now Stevenson sends it to a pack. Stephen Martin tried to burst his way through, but he's been locked up. Broomhead tackled down by Lester. Myercheck. Big kick inside 50. Hugh McCluggage takes the mark in a muddy forward 50. Now he sends it up the middle. Good mark by Archie. Archie had Berry all by himself, but he's instead turned it over. Now that's not a great kick. McCarthy lost it. Sire tackled down, beautifully done. That's holding the ball. Now Brisbane go inside 50 and McKerney takes the mark. Just under 50 metres out from goal. And he's missed to the left. High scoring match this one. Both teams have scored over 100 points. Roughhead sending it McCarthy's way, but Collingwood ended up with the footy and Stevenson was tackled down. Meyer check. Maynard wrapped up. Loose footy. Zorko collected it and then locked up. So Brisbane, they're close. They're just on top of their forward 50 here. Berry received the hit out, locked up. Another ball up. Zorko tackled down. Mychek wins the tap against McStay. Lots of pressure applied by both teams. Oh, McStay ran into trouble. And that's holding the ball. And Main gets the free. Now he sends it to a pack. It comes off hands. McKerney collected the footy, then locked up. So it's going to be another ball up. Just stoppage after stoppage right now. Ball's been lost. Now a big kick from Steele. Side bottom. It's gone through. That was huge. Well, there's no coming back from here, is it? 7 goals are in front by Collingwood. There's 5 minutes to go. They've been dominant all night, haven't they? From start to finish. It's been a great performance by them. Now here's Treloar. Kicks it to space. There's no one home inside 50, so it just comes to space. Now the ball's stopping, and it's been forced through for a behind by Harris Andrews, who was able to get back and force it through. So what has went wrong for the Lions tonight? They just haven't been effective with the footy, I think. Let me know in the comments what has gone wrong for the Lions tonight. Main, quick hands. Big kick required here by Tom Phillips. It was huge, but it was not accurate enough, and it's a behind. Harris Andrews plays on. Kick just outside the defensive 50. It's coming back though. Now here's a chance for Collingwood. Gee, Sire, he just had too much time on his hands and he shouldn't have missed that. He should have taken the time that he had. Mychek has been wrapped up. So ball up. Mychek in the ruck. Where's Grundy? Not sure. Cox has taken his opponent high and Brisbane's going to get a free. Now they come out to the wing here, Brisbane. Berry, that's a really good mark. So Berry goes up the line. He's got a bit of the footy, Berry, tonight, hasn't he? Been calling his name a bit. Collingwood come away with the footy, though. Now kick to a one-on-one. And Harris Andrews marks at the back pocket. Now he sends it out. Comes off hands. Elliott to Sires. Now a chance here for De Goey, who receives the handball and kicks a goal. It's his first of the night. He's his second of the night, actually. And Collingwood are just putting the icing on the cake, aren't they? Just a dominant display by the Pies tonight. Too good for the Lions. And the Lions come away with it. They send it deep inside 50, but Jeremy Howe takes the mark. Howe sends it down the line. Archie marks it in the pack. Good mark, Callum Archie. His first game for the Lions tonight. Archie sends it to a one-on-one. Still side bottom's been pinged for holding the ball. So a free kick here for the Lions. Maybe a constellation goal to just reduce the margin. He misses. Roughhead sends it out of bounds on the full. Not a great kick by his standards. And the Lions get a chance here. It's from a tight angle. Kick falls off a pack. Chance here for Gardner. Oh, what happened there? Dear oh dear, he just for some reason ran through for a behind. Decided to take the behind instead of the 6 points. Rightio, son. Anyway, kick comes out, and Phillips has pushed his opponent in the back. So a free kick here for the Lions. This Gabba really needs a rest. There's lots of puddles on the ground. It's been steaming for rain all night, and that's a good goal from Zorko. He's kicked his third. And the Lions draw the margin back, only slightly. So back in the middle. Grundy wins the tap. Went straight to an opposition player, and then he lost the footy, and now Broomhead's got it, but he's been locked up. So a ball up in the centre of the ground. 2.5 to go, just under. Grundy and Martin. Grundy wins the tap. Now, not sure where that kick was going by Lockie Neal. He set it out of play, and it's a deliberate. And rightly so, because there was no one out there. So a chance here for Jamie Elliott. He sent that to the goal square, and it's just gone through for a behind. What have you made of Collingwood's performance tonight? Make sure you send that in to the YouTube comments as we see some ridiculous bit of play from Daniel Rich. He sent it out of bounds on the full, and a chance here for Collingwood to kick a goal on a tight angle. This would be magical if it went through. It's gone through! Josh Thomas has kicked it from an impossible angle. Goal of the night. I can't believe he's kicked that. He kicked that with... Was it a drop punt? You can't be doing that, Joshy, but he has. He has. And more icing on the cake for the Collingwood as they just continue to destroy Brisbane. They have done all night. Varco crumbing the footy, giving it up. Backwards and forth here. Brisbane end up with the footy. Big kick inside 50, but coming out to mark it is Howe. So Howe sends it to the centre square. Moore takes the mark. Now Moore sends it down the line. 1-on-1. Collingwood have the numbers. Bustling his way through a pack there was Crisp, I think it was. Now Brisbane clear the footy out to the wing. It's Main v Archie. Archie collects the footy. Main puts the pressure on. Moore collects the footy, sends it out of play. It's out of bounds on the full. And Brisbane get the free with under a minute to go. Oh, good stuff. Eric Hipwood, that's a really good mark from him. Marks into the pack, then sends it inside 50. Collingwood have the numbers here. And they come away with it. They've done that so good tonight. And now De Goey loses the footy. Stevenson comes in and collects the footy. Now in the direction of Mason Cox. And Cox takes the mark. Just under 40 metres out from goal. He lines up. Kick on its way. It's hit the post. Hoskin Elliott locked up. 16 seconds to go on the clock. Brisbane with the footy. Steering their way out of trouble. Kicking it to the top of the centre. There was a big fly at the pack by Jeremy Howe. It's been paid push in the back. So Collingwood, they'll have a happy Easter over the weekend. They've just beaten the Brisbane Lions by a comprehensive margin. They led from start to finish. The Lions never looked in it. And that Collingwood theme song is cheering around the Gabba tonight. It was a cakewalk, that's exactly what it was. The Brisbane Lions, 15-22-112, defeated by Collingwood, 23-24-162. A comprehensive victory by the Pies. Let's have a look at the stats. And Collingwood, well, they dominated the Lions with the inside 50s. They had a lot more disposals than the Lions. Interestingly enough, Brisbane won the uncontested possessions, but they didn't, and they also won the contested possessions, but they didn't win the kicks. It's interesting, Brisbane had 52% of possession, but when Collingwood had the 48% of possession, they made the most of it, kicking 23 goals, 24 behinds, and kicking that big total of 162 points. Let's have a look at the major ball winners here for the Brisbane Lions. Harris Andrews, 27 disposals, a really good game from him. Probably most of them came while he was kicking out, that is for sure. Huey McCluggage and Ryan Lester with 18 disposals each. As for Collingwood, well, I think my man of the match for tonight is Will Hoskin Elliott. He was superb. 22 disposals, Jordan Rupphead, 20 disposals, and Adam Treloar with 17 disposals. And let's have a look at the goals for the Brisbane Lions. Dane Zorko kicked 3 goals. 2 each to Christensen, Hitwood and Rayner, and then 1 each to Archie, Cameron, Martin, McCarthy, McStay, and the veteran Mitch Robertson. And for Collingwood, well, Travis Varco kicked 4 goals in the first half. Hoskin Elliott kicked 3, as well as Adam Treloar. 2 goals each to De Goey, Elliott, Thomas, and 1 each to Adams, Cox, Myercheck, Pendlebury, Phillips, Sidebottom, and Stevenson. Let's have a look at the player of the match, and it is Hoskin Elliott. Player of the match, Treloar and Zorko in for the minor money. And let's have a look at the quarter-by-quarter scores. Collingwood, they came out and kicked the first 7 goals of the game. They led at quarter time, 10-3-63 to 4-8-32. They led comprehensively at half-time, 14-11-95 to 8-11-59. Again at three-quarter time, Collingwood led Brisbane 19-18, 132 to 11-14-80. And in the end, the scoreline, Collingwood 23-24, 162, defeating Brisbane 15-22, 112 in front of a strong crowd at a wet Gabba on Easter Thursday. Thanks very much for your company. Really appreciate if you tuned in. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow night from 4 p.m. for a Good Friday Spectacular. It's North Melbourne taking on the Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. Also coming your way Monday from 3 p.m. Easter Monday footy. It's the traditional clash between Geelong and Hawthorn. Also, don't forget the Bev Show on Sunday night at 8 p.m. on facebook.com/thebevshow. Have a good Easter. See you tomorrow. Catch ya.